For some, this tale may seem of a peculiar nature. For others, there may be doubt. And though there may never be a soul who would lay claim to believing these events, there was a time they were true.
How's it going?
Hi.
What the hell are you doing, boy? Stop it! What the hell are you doing? Go away!
dragging me out of bed in the middle of the night?
Shh. It's not safe. We can't talk here.
What's going on?
There's a killer mime stalking the innocent.
My God. The city isn't safe anymore.
Trial starts tomorrow.
That fast?
The state wants us buried now. There's more at stake here than you know.
So what are we supposed to do?
I've got the victim inside.
There were witnesses to the crime, right?
Well, yeah.
That's great. Then our case is solid.
Not quite. None of the witnesses will testify.
Why not?
They're afraid of a drive-by clown car shooting.
You don't think that'd be a little bit obvious?
Well, yeah, if the car was filled with clowns, but not if it's filled with mimes.
What do you mean?
Think, Johnson. If a mime shoots somebody, wouldn't he use a silencer?
Good point. So what do we do?
Not here. Come inside. I have to interrogate the victim. I need you to back me. Captain doesn't want me flying off the handle.
Yeah, of course. Fill me in.
John Atkins, male, Caucasian, 22, claims that Mime did in fact physically and metaphysically assault him earlier this evening on the corner of 22nd and Park Avenue. He's on record as saying that the assailant stabbed him, strangled him, and proceeded to unload a single round into his head.
Goodness. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No. I mean, not since that great cookie fire case in '82 where that paraplegic Niles burned down the cookie factory because he claimed the chocolate morsels were just too much. This is worse. He's completely insane. I apprehended him earlier this evening.
Thank God. So how do you think this is going to play out?
They're gonna crucify him.
We can only hope, Belvin. We can only hope. Wait! They got a confession out of him, didn't they?
Yeah, he confessed. Sort of.
What do you mean?
Confessed. Just not verbally.
How did he confess?
He gave his confession in silent gestures and blue puppets. Come on.
Sick!
What exactly happened, Mr. Atkins?
John, answer this question. It's right there in the police report.
I don't care about the police report. Tell me what you saw, damn you. Tell me.
He's down. He's down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's down.
Sorry.
Yes. What was any physical harm actually brought about to you first?
Oh, I think I fell down and scraped my elbow.
I wouldn't worry about it too much, Mr. Atkins. We got the bastard. Vets.
You did?
Oh, yes. Mark my words. This monster, this mute raper of society will pay!
All rise. The Honorable Joseph B. Black presiding.
You may be seated. Now let's make these proceedings quick and just. I want everybody to split up into two teams. Defense in shirts, prosecution in skins. First one to 15 wins. Break! All right. Just kidding. Who'd he kill?
Me, Your Honor.
Right. Okay, counselors, you may proceed.
So, Mr. Atkins, you claim that on the night in question, the defendant assaulted you?
Yes, he came out of the shadows and stabbed me with an invisible knife.
I see. And what did he do next?
He strangled me with an invisible rope, and then he pretended to shoot me in the head.
At point blank range.
At point blank range.
At point blank range, ladies and gentlemen. What a sick world we live in.
So, you claim that my client stabbed, strangled, and shot you in the middle of the street.
Yes.
Were there any witnesses to this occurrence?
It was very dark.
No witnesses? Mr. Atkins, what kind of physical damage would you say several stabbing wounds followed by a period of extensive strangulation and a gunshot wound point blank to the head might cause the human body?
I guess it would probably kill a person.
Oh, you guess.
Well, yes, it would.
And didn't you say that, and remember, you're under oath, that on the night in question, my client did in fact stab you several times, after which he proceeded to strangle you for an extensive period of time and shoot you point blank in the head?
Well, yes, but...
Then I would say that you're dead. Your Honor, I move that Mr. Atkins' testimony be stricken from the record and his remains removed from this courtroom due to the fact that he's deceased. His testimony is no longer valid.
What?
Sustain?
Ladies and gentlemen, Your Honor, I would like to present State's Exhibit A.
God in heaven! What have you done? Do you realize you just blown this case? Wait. I can handle this. Don't worry, son. Everything's gonna be fine.
Would the clown be so kind as to try on these gloves?
He's not a clown! He's a mime! Clowns have it easy. Very well. What are you trying to pull, Carter?
I'll appreciate you addressing me with the proper respect, Jones.
What are you trying to prove?
What do you have to hide?
What do you want?
The truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Order!
Sorry, Your Honor. I have reason to believe that these are the gloves worn by the perpetrator. I'm sorry, the defendant, on the night of Mr. Atkins' untimely demise.
You vile bastard! You have no proof! No proof!
Order! I'll have no profanity in this courtroom. What the hell are you trying to pull, counselor?
I just feel that if the glove fits,
Wear it. Your Honor, crime scene photographs show no indication of any gloves found at the crime scene at any point whatsoever.
Counselor, you know you can't introduce new evidence without a justifiable cause.
Your Honor, if you allow me to proceed, I will prove beyond the shadow of a doubt through DNA testing that these gloves are those worn by the defendant.
Order! What do you have to say, counselor?
Please, Your Honor, don't.
I'll allow it. The defendant will try on the gloves.
Don't worry, we'll get through this. I won't let you fall to the system.
Order! Order! Bailiff, will you please collect Exhibit A? Sir, you may be seated. You have any further questions?
No, Your Honor. But may I call a short recess?
Very well. Court will adjourn for 15 minutes. Well, are you ready to proceed?
I am, Your Honor. The state calls Miss Darcy D'Amico to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the blah, blah, blah?
I do.
Be seated.
Miss D'Amico, how are you today?
Fine. You?
Oh, I'm just peachy. Say, where were you on the night in question?
What are you up to?
The night in question?
Yes, the night Mr. Atkins was killed.
Objection! Allegedly.
Yeah, we know.
Well, I was walking home from work and I saw this guy get attacked by a mime.
Objection! The defense has had no prior knowledge of this witness's testimony.
Counselor, if there was a witness to the crime, then I intend to hear what that witness has to say.
Good call.
Thank you, Your Honor. Really, a mime? That's very interesting. And what exactly did the mime do?
Oh, he stabbed him, he strangled him, he shot the poor guy.
What a coincidence. Now, would you be a sweetheart for me? And I know this is very strange, but would you just point out who the victim was?
That guy, over there.
Objection! We've already determined that he's dead. What?
Sustained. Rephrase your question.
All right. Would you be so kind as to point out who the assailant was?
Assailant?
Yes, the guy who killed Mr. Atkins.
Allegedly.
Yes, the guy who allegedly killed Mr. Atkins.
That mime over there.
Thank you, Darcy. No further questions, Your Honor. Booyah!
Your witness.
Miss D'Amico, you say you were walking home from work on the night in question. What exactly do you do?
Stuff.
What exactly? Please, for the record.
I volunteer with the homeless children.
Oh, that's sweet. That's not really what you do at all, is it? You're a prostitute, aren't you?
Objection!
Overruled. I'm interested in this.
Yes, it's true.
Don't be ashamed. It's what you do. Are you on crack right now?
Objection, Your Honor!
Overruled.
Miss D'Amico.
Yes?
And on the night in question, were you baked then, too?
Yes?
So, you can't really be sure of what you saw, can you?
No?
With all that makeup and the costume, don't all mimes pretty much look the same?
Yes?
So it could have been anybody.
Yes?
And aren't you just testifying right now to get back at your husband who left you 3.5 years ago to become a mime?
Yes! It's all true! It's all true!
There, Darcy. It's going to be all right. No further question?
So, what are you doing later tonight?
You're sick. You know that?
Objection!
Sustained. Stop bashing the mind.
How does it feel? How does it feel to brutally murder an innocent member of our society and sit here in front of us, smiling like that?
Objection, Your Honor! Allegedly! He has no proof that my client murdered anybody.
Au contraire! All I've got is proof. What do you have to say about this?
What is that, counselor?
This is the knife you used to stab Mr. Atkins. This is the rope you used to strangle him with. Is this, or is this not, the gun you used to shoot Mr. Atkins, rendering him lifeless in your sick, twisted carnival world? Say it. Say it! I rest my case.
I hope you rot. Hold on, Binky. It's almost over. Seeing as how my client cannot express himself verbally on the stand, I would like to attempt to explain his situation to everyone for the benefit of the court. We all know by now that Binky assaulted and murdered Mr. Atkins. But is miming a death really a crime? Apparently so, or else we wouldn't all be here today. So it's true. He killed a member of our society. But let's think for a moment about what society has done to him. A world of hate. A world of contempt. A world where little children walk around popping balloon animals for the sheer enjoyment of it. It's a sad world for a mime to live in. A mime wandering the streets, just wanting to bring a smile to one kid's face. And every day, all anyone ever does is point and laugh. They tell you to go away. Run back to the circus. But the circus has just left town. You're home, gone. And all that's left is the bred contempt for your kind that our society has been harboring for years. He's only human. He bleeds. He feels. How do you cope in a world of hate? What are you supposed to do when it becomes too much? Yes, my client killed Mr. Atkins. There's no doubt about that. Now, some of you are saying, but I just saw Mr. Atkins here today. Did you? Did you really see him? Did you see him the way Binky sees him? I think not. Binky killed Mr. Atkins out of a fit of rage, and it was real to him. This is the reality that a mime perceives. What he does in his own world is real to him. His own world. A place of silence. A place of pain. How many mimes have you seen who aren't trying to get out of some invisible box or climb some invisible rope that goes to nowhere? It's a cruel world. Trying to get out of traps that you can't even see? So yes, in that world, Mr. Atkins is dead. And in ours too. For our world is not unlike the world of a mime. We persecute him because he is different. We are the box he can't escape. Our mocking is the rope he can't climb. We've made him like this. We have. We are responsible. We've bred a killer mime. What's next? I ask you. Are we to punish him for our mistake? He's the one who's been wronged. I ask you not to spare this poor soul, but look into your own hearts and ask yourself, what would I do if I were a mime? What kind of trap would I have to escape in mime world? I know then that you will make the right decision.
It is a sad day when a member of our society is pushed over the edge, past the point of no return. Nevertheless, a crime has been committed. I trust the jury has made the right decision.
We have, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Binky.
Order! Bring me the verdict. What? First off, I must say that this is the most unusual case I've ever tried. But the law is the law. With convincing arguments having been proven from both sides, I've made two different rulings. The victim, Mr. John Atkins, is hereby pronounced legally deceased.
What?
And the defendant, Binky the Mime, will serve no less than 1 year in a clear, invisible box.
A mime! A mime! We've incarcerated a mime! You bastard! You sent him out to fry! You all deserve to burn! Binky didn't do it. It was me!
Whiteface!
The whitefish! You're all a bunch of whitefish!
And so it went. There was much rejoicing and equal sorrow. No one fully understood how Binky felt that day or why he went mad. But for those of us who were there, this one fact rang true. Nothing would ever be the same. That night, Binky went home, slipped into bed, and cried himself to sleep, dreaming of Mime World. He knew that he would never escape from his invisible cell. Left to his thoughts, vague in his solitude, he knew he would never again taste the flavor of a meal or know the warmth of another's touch. He would never bring a smile to a child's face, and he would always be alone. For who could ever understand the plight of a mime? Days turned into weeks, passed into months. After a time, hunger sank in, and Binky eventually resorted to gnawing off his own limbs. No one heard his cries. No one knew his pain. And this is how the story ended. On July 14th, at approximately 7:31 a.m., the sun shone, lives were brought into the world. People rose to start yet another day. And Binky the Mime was dead.